Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Well, we're now into hour number 3. Wayne Madsen of Wayne Madsen Reports is coming up. He says he's got sources, and I respect him. He's a real journalist with a great track record, showing that XZ or XE, Blackwater cells conducting false flag terror attacks inside Pakistan. So we'll get his take on this, and I'll ask him some tough questions coming up in T-minus 32 minutes from now when he joins us. So that is coming up. I want to get into some world news. I want to get into some more news on the economy in the next segment. I said I'd get more into eugenics news. We covered a lot of that with Monckton, but we'll do that before the guest joins us. But during the first hour, Matt Ryan, one of the producers, ran in here and he said, you got to see this, because I'd just been talking about how the government does these drills. This has been going on for at least 14 years that I know. I've been on air for about a year when I started getting articles sent to me, cutouts from newspapers, from listeners everywhere, where they do unannounced drills. And they do it in elementary, middle school, high school, college. They do it at businesses. There was a case, of course, at a chain of drugstores where they did a drill and did a fake robbery as part of the insurance company. And they didn't tell them it was a fake armed robbery. I mean, the person came in and said, give me the money, give me the drugs. And this is done to create the community perception that there are terrorists everywhere. When you read the psych warfare manuals that are even public, when they do drills and urban warfare drills and unannounced military drills and unannounced takeovers of schools, most of the time the news runs with it the first day locally like it's a real terror attack. But you'll always get tipped off that it wasn't real because it's never on national news. You'll hear, terrorists have nuclear spill on South IH-35. Or somebody hits the DPS office in North Austin with bioweapon. People are sick. And I went out there, and this was like 5 hours into it happening up at the DPS, and I noticed it wasn't on national news because they've been given the word it wasn't real. It was a simulation. They only do it regionally. They'll announce homeschoolers have attacked a school. They'll announce, and they'll go in the school and tell the kids it's real, too. And then they'll use it for a few hours on TV, 5, 6, 7 hours sometimes, and then the next day the paper will say, oh, it was just a drill. But the local papers, this is a formula that I began to observe 13, 14 years ago that's now an admitted formula. I can reverse engineer it by watching it, but then later we even get the documents, the federal grants, where the feds say, we're going to give you all this money for squad cars or whatever, but you've got to do drills this way. And it's meant to create the perception that terrorists are literally everywhere and that terrorists are coming to get you. And in almost all of these drills, I'd say less than 10%, they have a guy with a turban on or a Arab, Bedouin-type headdress, an Obi-Wan Kenobi outfit or whatever. We've been to some drills. We've covered some drills. They had one out at Maybury a few months ago, Camp Maybury, and they were simulating fighting Arabs out there. But less than 10% of the time is it Arabs. That's just the public reason they have this police state. Over 90% of the time, gun owners, returning veterans, libertarians, conservatives. How many times have you seen the New York Times and others report, oh, the Explorer Scouts are training to take on disgruntled vets. In this drill, they took out the terrorist who wouldn't turn his guns in. So when we come back, here's another one of these where they even had kids at the school who were shot up in a simulation who knew it was part of a drill, but they didn't tell the other children it was part of a drill to create massive psychological trauma. This is mind control going on a mass scale to create the perception that terrorism is real.
You've heard Alex explain how the Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced colloidal silver solutions, yet many are unaware of the entire function of the Silver Lungs system and how it has been designed to deliver your silver solutions anywhere in or on the body. My name is Mario Cifaldi, and I'm the developer of the Silver Lungs generator. Not only does the Silver Lungs system produce endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions, it also comes equipped with the proper applicators and devices needed to deliver your silver solutions directly to key target areas. This includes the eyes, ears, nose, lungs, topically to the skin, and orally for the digestive system. Be sure to watch our new 7-minute video tour of the Silver Lungs system at www.silverlungs.com to learn more about how the Silver Lungs system works. As well, we are always ready to answer any questions you may have. That's www.silverlungs.com.
Alex Jones here with urgent information concerning trendsresearch.com. The Trends Journal distills the voluminous ongoing research of the Trends Research Institute into a concise, readily accessible form. By tracking 300 separately defined domestic and international trends, the Trends Journal establishes the connections that others fail to see or misinterpret. Gerald Salente's Trends Journal allows you to anticipate change, recognize the implications, and take protective strategies. Individual readers from every walk of life can put the Trends Journal, Trends Forecast, and Trends Analysis to practical use. Extra information to keep you well informed throughout the year when any current event of major social, economic, or political significance occurs. Trends Journal notifies its subscribers of their implications. When you subscribe to the Trends Journal, you'll also receive Trends Alerts. Visit trendsresearch.com today. That's trendsresearch.com. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. This information is too important to wait. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
You are obsolete, Mr. Wordsworth.
A lie. No man is obsolete.
You have no function, Mr. Wordsworth. You're an anachronism, like a ghost from another time.
I am nothing more than a reminder to you that you cannot destroy truth by burning pages.
You're a bug, Mr. Wordsworth, a crawling insect, an ugly, misformed little creature who has no purpose here, no meaning.
I am a human being.
Words, Mr. Wordsworth, that have no substance and no dimension, like air, like the wind.
I don't care. I tell you, I don't care. I'm a human being. I exist. And if I speak one thought aloud, that thought lives, even after I'm shoveled into my grave.
Delusions, Mr. Wordsworth. Delusions that you inject into your veins to make you think you have a strength when you have no strength at all. You have nothing but spindly limbs and a dream, and the state has no use for your kind.
Resistance to tyrants is obedience to God. It's Alex Jones.
What does Bill Gates say? Kill the old lady. We can hire 10 teachers with that money. You're obsolete. No, we're not obsolete. We know what you are doing. I'm going to get into the economy here in a moment, but they've been having drills for at least 14 years that I know of, coast to coast, where they unannounced, come into a school. They'll tell elementary students ages 5 to 10, march out on the front lawn. They'll blow up a car in front of them, set it on fire. They'll throw buckets of fake blood on kids that they have told what's happening. They'll have them run out crying in front of the children. This is to demonize the Second Amendment. This is to create incredible trauma. And in article after article, the children urinate on themselves. In some cases, they make them stay in their class all day and make them go to the bathroom in trash cans in front of the students and don't give them lunch as part of the mind control trauma. This is out of WPSD Local 6 News out of Kentucky. And again, we see these articles every week. And it says that they got a small group of the students at the technical college. They do this at private businesses as well, to play the part of being shot and killed, fake blood splattering. And they go on to say, we want everybody's attention. This can happen at any given time, and we want to be prepared for it. And the SWAT practice taking over. What would you do if some students who are worried about shootings or whatever that are pretty much non-existent or would have a gun? Or what if another police officer was there and didn't know it was part of a drill? Oh, that happened in Dallas a few years ago. They shot Cop of the Year in the head. They had another drill a few years before that in Michigan where the cop shot himself. Oh, yeah. And so here is the newscast where they just come right out in the open with this brazen brainwashing and admit that they didn't tell the majority of the students or teachers, professors, what was going on. This is mind control. And they have other drills where they say it's real for a few hours, half a day. This is mind control because there's no real terrorism that really isn't manufactured that we've seen in this country. So they manufacture the idea of it. They've got every police department in the country training to take on veterans that plan to bomb them. They're training youth brigades for this. This is authoritarian mass re-education. Let's go ahead and play this newscast and analyze it. Here it is.
While this was a mock drill today, law enforcement spared no detail in making sure everything seemed realistic today, even down to the wounds that we saw on students. They say anything to get them and first responders better prepared. A quiet fall morning at a local college campus. Then the silence shattered by gunshots. Unfazed, the gunman continued on a shooting spree.
I saw the shooter walking across the yard.
Student Jackson Irvin is an eyewitness.
The first two rounds were louder than the other ones, and it scared the holy crap out of me.
And that's exactly the reaction Paducah Police Captain Brandon Barnhill is looking for.
And we wanted to get everybody's attention. We want everybody to know this is something that could happen at any given time, and we have to be prepared for it.
That attention wasn't hard to get. An officer gunned down, and the SWAT team called out.
We put them in the absolute worst scenario they could possibly be in.
Recognize this guy? It's the shooter, Rob Estes, also the firearms instructor at Paducah Police. He spent 15 minutes evading the very team he trained.
Get your hands up!
And in the coming days, he'll offer his team a critique.
What they did right, what they did wrong, who I could shoot, who I did shoot.
And while Jackson Irvin was forced to watch his fellow students go by on stretchers, he gets the message, be ready, and law enforcement gets it too.
At the end, I had nowhere to go.
During today's mock drill, there was one fatality and 5 were wounded, but it wasn't just college students who were injured, it was law enforcement as well. That's because I'm told this was meant to be a learning experience for everyone. Tonight we're in Paducah. Lauren Adams, WPSD, Local 6.
Well, thank you, Lauren.
Now, when you research this case, they didn't announce to the other students, and you can pull up, in fact, pull up pharmacist sues over fake robbery. I want to show people that because when they do these newscasts, sometimes they even say it's real for a while, and then later they admit it's a drill. And then other times, well, a few years ago, I had a Minnesota teacher on where they went into the high school and told her they were going to kill her and the students, and then she basically had a mental breakdown from it because they didn't tell her it was a drill. But even on this newscast, they don't make that clear. But if you research it further, other students didn't know. You heard that guy go, boy, it scared me. Yeah, he wasn't told. There it is, fake robbery prompts real lawsuit. A New Jersey pharmacy technician who says she was traumatized when a masked gunman burst into their store demanding OxyContin, is suing her employer for arranging the mock holdup. And then it goes on. I mean, there are literally thousands of these that I've seen. And they're going on all the time that doesn't even come across our desk. And so they won't tell you as